Oh.
What the fuck was that?
My box, when I opened it, sorry.
Oh, I thought Krista was making sound. I was like, that was good.
I thought so too.
Stupid. I look dumb. You could tell I'm wearing blankets. I guess. I don't know what to do. I'm a burrito.
I'm a burrito.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Vajayjays podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Katherine.
And I'm Liz.
All right, this week we're talking about Halloween. So we're going to talk about our costumes, our Halloween traditions, all the spooky stuff. So I'm just going to start off. I'm Chris. I'm a boy. That's my costume. But my voice really sounds like this. This is just some contour.
Yes.
Nice 5 o'clock. Nice 5 o'clock shadow, Chris.
I'm a burrito. It's a burrito blanket under a Taco Bell wrapper blanket.
Stand
With
up
your
a
hot
little. Show
sauce.
us your wrap.
I don't want to stand up because if it falls off, I'm going to unwrap again. Oh, and hot sauce next to me.
Yeah.
Last minute costume, so easy. I had everything.
I am Mulan.
And I'm a vampire.
Did you hear that? She was like,
All right, so we shared our costumes. Do you guys have a favorite costume from maybe when you were younger? Maybe you got more creative in high school?
I only dressed up as a kid, and my favorite one was when I was McDonald's French fries.
Oh my God.
It was like No, my parents put me in that. I don't even remember it until I saw photos, but like it's like my whole body from here to like my legs. I was just a walking box of fries from McDonald's.
Okay.
that
was gonna
shaped
say, like,
you for the
were you
rest
just
of your
black
life.
fries?
Why? It was so accurate to what I like.
Yeah. My favorite was my aunt gave me a unicorn like full bodysuit, like even like the hood and everything. It was like this like really girly like unicorn, and I was so embarrassed of it, but I loved it.
How old were you?
I was like in the first grade.
My favorite costume of you is the sumo wrestler.
I was gonna say the one that
I
blows
was
up.
just gonna say it.
That was
like, why
heck
did
of
you choose
funny.
that one?
You were walking around so stupid, like
She was like,
As common as it is to say, I think my favorite one was a witch costume because it had like hella like glimmering stuff on it, and it was actually one of the first costumes I got that wasn't a hand-me-down from my sisters.
same because my sister didn't want it. I had green hair when I was a witch. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
I love Halloween and I still dress up like every year. Can I just name a few that I've been? Like I've been Wanda from the Fairly Odd Parents, like pink hair, everything. I've been a lighter.
Like
Like an actual like fluid
when I
lighter?
was my stoner days. So yeah, I was like I was a box, and like my arms went through my head, and then like I put the here and had like a Bic. It had a Bic logo. It was pretty cool. I was a lighter. I also was Mrs. Potato Head recently. That was fun. And I've also been like a glow in the dark stick figure. So like I wore all black, and then I made like a stick figure out of glow sticks. That was pretty cool. It looked really cool like in pictures and like when I'm far, but like as I get close, it's like hella tape on me. Yeah, so those are some fun costumes. But my ultimate favorite costume, if I'm being completely honest, was when I was Mulan. But not like the pretty like dress Mulan. I was like the warrior one, and I thought it was hella cool. I was probably like in first grade.
Aw.
Do you guys remember when you guys stopped going trick-or-treating?
never stopped.
Wait,
I
you seriously still go at this age?
Yeah, but it's not like I don't go by myself. Like I make sure that I go with my baby cousins because first of all, I want like their parents to just like relax and like have my cousins be able to like, you know, just do whatever they want and stay out later because the parents usually want to stay home. But I also do it so I can get like a specific candy.
Nice,
Guys,
nice.
don't forget Krista's like 5 foot tall, and that's being generous. So
I'm not even 5 foot tall.
she blends in with the kids.
This is true.
I remember one year I went trick-or-treating, and it was like after a football game, and I was wearing like a football jersey, and I was like trying to get candy, and this lady was like, "Aren't you a little old?" And I was like, "Better I'm doing this than other things." And she just
True.
gave me like one piece of candy, and I was like, "Eh." So we went to a few houses, and everybody started giving us looks. So we were like, "All right, we got enough candy. Let's just go." But I think that was the last time I went like by myself, like in high school, probably like my sophomore year.
Was also in high school during, I think, sophomore or junior year, and I was like, who cares if we're that old? Like, we weren't even planning on going trick-or-treating, but then I went over to my friend's house, and I was like, yo, let's get some candy. It's free candy, like, whatever, if they're gonna give us one piece. And like, they were like, aren't you guys a little too old to go trick-or-treating? And I was like, yes, but I'm still here for free candy. I have no shame.
I only went as a kid because I was forced to. Like, a lot of my photos, like even in the French fry costume, I'm crying. Like, I just always hated Halloween. I am so, you guys know how scared I am. Even if you say the word ghost, I'm like thinking about it all the time. So like the last time I went was as a kid, and then in high school I remember some friends wanted to go, so I was like, sure, whatever, I'll just like walk, but I'll wait on the sidewalk like I'm your mom, right? And then this lady was dressed up, and she had like white hair, and she was doing the thing where she looks down and just stares at you, and like painted face and everything. And then she saw me waiting by myself, so she came up to me, and then I freaked out because I hate that stuff. So I started walking away. I left my friends, and the lady followed me across the street, and I'm like, is this legal? Like, after that, I never went again.
Is this legal?
There.
Like, I literally was sweating and shaking, and I wanted her to go away. Like, she just kept following me because she knew I was freaking out.
That's messed up. But she found a lot of joy in that, so.
I probably look so dumb.
Sick lady.
Oh, I still go trick-or-treating too, like Krista, but I take my god kids. So that's why I dress up. It's not I just dress up. Like, I dress up because I'm taking them. And so this year I'm matching my godson. So my godson's gonna be Goku. And not just any Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku. My bad.
Oh.
Get it right, Nina. I was like, oh, my bad. And then I'm gonna be Bulma, and then my boyfriend Armando is gonna be Vegeta, and then my godson's little brother is gonna be Kid Goku. Oh my god, it's so cute. So
How cute.
I'm so excited to take them, and they're gonna just like come here and chill. So I'm excited.
Ain't nobody want to be Piccolo? That was my favorite.
I know my brother told Armando to be Piccolo because he's hella tall, and I was like, but then we're not gonna match if Armando's Piccolo.
That's a lot of green. So other than trick-or-treating, do you guys like go to scary or haunted houses? Or
No.
scary mazes?
You know,
That
I'm
counts.
even scared to go on Haunted Mansion in Disneyland. Like, this is me on the ride. I've gone so many times and never opened my eyes. I literally sit in the thing like this, and I just feel myself moving, and I want it to be over. And then, like, same with the Disney, the Harry Potter ride in Universal or whatever. I can't open my. I've never seen the ride. I've
That
only
one's
been
so
on it.
fun.
Wait,
I
the
am
broom one?
terrified. You don't
The broom
understand how
one.
scared I am. Okay.
That was scary. It was scary. Well,
Yeah,
it was
I've
more
never
like
seen
a
it.
jump scare rather
I've
than.
sat on both the rides
Ooh.
like so many times. I've just never opened my eyes.
Are you talking about the part with the Dementor?
Yeah, that part was scary.
Yeah, that part like got me when you go on for the first time. You're like, oh my god, and you're like, well, that's
Yeah.
actually pretty cool.
The one time
Again.
I actually paid to go at the boardwalk, they had like a haunted house thing you have to walk through. I gave
yeah.
the ticket and literally turned right back around. I was like, no, it's okay. You can just have my ticket. Like, I could not get in.
I
If
did
I
that
have to
too.
walk,
She's like, yeah, so you're just gonna walk through, and I was like, oh, just walk through. She's like, yeah, and then I took a step in, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. She's like, do you want your ticket back? I was like, yeah. Dude, Catherine, the ride that they have at the boardwalk, the haunted house one.
Yeah.
As a kid, I went with my friend Jenny, and we're sitting there, right? And then she's like, Tiffany, it's not even scary. First thing what happens when you sit in the ride and you go in, right? Something like falls in front of you.
Yeah.
And after that, I closed my eyes and I was like, please tell me what it's doing.
I hate
But I
it.
get you.
But that's the ride that you sit down, right?
Yeah.
You never did Fright Walk, have you?
Oh, no.
No, that's the one that we said we walked in and we walked out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, I thought the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland was also going to be scary. And I told Mike, I was like, I'm a little nervous. And he's like, no, it's going to be fine. And we sat there and I was just like, oh man, it's going to be hell scary. And I was like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. Yeah.
No.
I
Like,
think I
nothing
get
pops
scared.
out.
I think I get scared because it's more like I remember being scared as a child. So like I'm just always gonna be scared because I always remember how scared I was before. But I like go back and forth to like singing with the songs on the ride to going like, you know.
I think Peter Pan is scarier than Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, the Winnie the
Really?
Pooh ride at Disneyland.
No.
Scary.
No.
Did
Okay,
I
the
Winnie
one
the
ride that?
Pooh.
the Pooh Bear one makes you feel like you're on drugs because it's like very psychedelic.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
the scariest one is the Snow White one with the
Yes.
evil witch.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Why do they make it like that? Ugh.
Have you guys ever been to Pirates of Emerson in Pleasanton?
No.
No, what is that?
Oh my
What is that? Tell us.
I don't leave the house in October. I'm scared.
The whole month of October, she don't leave.
That's her birthday month.
Yeah.
So in Pirates of Emerson, it's basically like haunted mazes, and there's I think 5 different houses, and you just like walk through the mazes, and obviously they're scary because there's like things popping out at you. But you know, I walk like this, like behind my friend, and like grab real tight, so I don't really know what it looks like, but it's super scary. So the scariest mazes that I've ever been to, because I'm a chicken, is I went to Universal in Orlando, and we went during Halloween time, and this is when, what's that movie called? Is it Purge?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Purge. Yes.
When they kill each other, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's when like the Purge came out, and I think it was Purge 2. I think it was the second one. And so when you're walking, so first of all, it's dark, it's nighttime, and you're walking around, and people are just like intentionally trying to scare you. And so I literally have to walk like this, like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Even though like inside I'm shitting bricks, like literally, because if you act scared, they're just gonna make it worse. And so I'm like, no, I'm fine. And those mazes, boy, there was so many. I don't even know. And like all of us were scared. And I was like, I'm not gonna go first. So like I threw my friend in front of me and I'm like walking behind. I'm like, "Ah," like everything just like popping out at you left and right. Like the whole time you're walking, like it just never ends. I'm like, when is this over? That was the scariest one. But I heard that one wasn't even as scary as Universal in Hollywood, or Universal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood, obviously, like movies and like all those makeup artists are like bomb because the movies. So like I heard that one is like 10 times worse.
One time I went to a fair in October, but like they had a haunted house you have to pay for, right? And you have to want to go in it. But as I'm walking past where people get in line, this guy who's like all dressed up comes up behind me, and I didn't know when I was walking, and I literally screamed and like peed a little bit, and I almost dropped to the floor. Like I didn't even care how embarrassed I looked. Everyone was staring at me, but because he saw how scared I was, he kept following me, and I was like, again, is this legal? I didn't pay for this house. I'm so confused. Like, I hate it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Six Flags. We had like what is it, a
Fright
season
Fest.
pass? Yeah, we went to Fright Fest. Okay, it was hecka scary because we would go every week, right? And at first it was really scary because it's like they can run across and follow you for like a really long time. But like Six Flags is like sectioned out. They can't run past their section. So we started figuring out, okay, they can't run past this point. But we kept like going and going and going, and we were like, hey, I remember you. So when they would like run after us and scare us, and we're like, we'll see you next week, Gina. That was like fun, like really getting to know the regulars.
Have you guys been to what did they call it at Great America? Haunted.
Spook
What is
Fest?
that
No.
called?
No.
I don't remember.
What do they call it at Great America?
Halloween
Wow.
Haunt.
Halloween Hunt. Wow.
Hunt.
Wow, I worked there.
Damn I know.
You too, Krista. I haven't been in the mazes there, but same thing. Like as you're walking around the park, they have like certain like places where people are just out like trying to scare you. The lines for the mazes are just too long for me. I'm not trying to wait to get scared. I'm good. I'll just go on the rides.
Yeah, if I had to go on one, I want it to be moving without me having to move, you know? Like I
Yeah.
always wanted to do the haystack ones because they look kind of fun, because like they can't reach you, right? Like I would do
I
that.
think they pop out.
They're
when
not
you-
allowed to touch you.
I think you're literally just like riding through like a pumpkin patch or the field.
Yeah, like that's enough for me.
Mm.
What if you did like paintball? Like one time we did a zombie paintball and we like paid money to like shoot people in the head.
But do
They're all wearing
they
like really
pop
thick
out?
masks. Yeah, they pop out.
No thanks.
But they can't touch you. You're like on the back of a truck and you just
Down.
You're allowed to
Let's
shoot
go.
them in the
Yeah.
head?
Let's
yeah,
go.
it's encouraged. They
That's
wear
some-
really like thick masks, so you don't have to
Maybe
feel
that'll
bad.
help me get over my fear if I get to just kill him.
Catherine, you're just gonna
Right?
drop the gun and you're gonna be like, just
I know.
bite me already.
I surrender.
Just gonna use all of our bullets, you guys.
I know.
Do you like scary movies, and what are your favorite scary movies?
Negative. I
No.
hate them all. I will
Same.
not watch scary movies.
Same.
I don't like scary movies, but I do like the adrenaline rush of watching them. I think the best one that I like am still horrified to even rewatch again was probably The Conjuring. Like that
Ooh.
scared like the crap out of me. Like I was like, no.
I like thrillers, not horrors. And even
Yeah.
during the thrillers, I am very scared. But like, I could never do horror. One time we had a cousin sleepover, and everyone was watching something about a woman. I don't know. I had earphones in the whole time and closed my eyes. Like, I just laid there for 2 hours, just like letting them. And every time they screamed, I jumped too. And I'm like, I can't do this. And sometimes, like, if the commercial plays, when I was a kid, I would jump over the couch and run down the hall as soon as the commercial played because I cannot hear it or see it. Like, I'm that scared.
Why don't you
Oh,
just
like a
mute it?
commercial of like a scary movie?
Yeah, because my sister just watches it. She loves that stuff.
Why?
Yeah.
I used to like things like I really liked Paranormal Activity when that came out in high school. I don't know why. Like it was because they were talking about it like it's like the breakthroughs, like the new kind of like scary movie. Because there was nothing like it at the time, which is like found footage type of like movie. But now we have mockumentaries. I don't need that anymore. I don't mess with no paranormal. I don't invite that into my house. No, thank you.
Did you guys watch The Fourth Kind?
No.
Oh,
Don't even
yeah, that
know.
came out at the same time as Paranormal. I
That-
remember that one.
That one was really good because I didn't expect it to, because it wasn't really scary. It was more of a thriller, but it got you like thinking because it's actually supposed to be based on a true story, right, Krista?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the worst.
Because they were acting
Yep.
it out and they put side by side with more found footage. And it was just like, it was kind of scary because I think the whole premise was that they were blaming this lady for her husband's death because
Yeah, I
she
know.
had
I'm already like, should
apparently killed
I
him.
don't want Krista, that's enough. That's
Okay,
enough.
okay, that's enough.
No one asked. I'm just kidding.
It's just scary.
Wait, what would you guys say is a scary movie that still like haunts you, and like what scene was it? I'm curious.
Ooh.
I didn't watch many, but okay, I never watched The Ring, but I was in the room when my brother and sister were watching it, and like I had earphones in, but the one time I turned, she came out, and so my neighbor across the street has a well. So like I can't look at his house sometimes because I just imagine things a lot. But the one movie I did watch when I was a kid was Shutter Island. That's not horror, right? It's like
No.
Oh,
That
I
freaked
watched
me
that
out
movie
enough.
too. Yeah, that was
So
scary.
like I think about that randomly sometimes, and like I'm just in the house alone. I don't want to think about him already.
I don't want to
I'm
be
sorry,
in
I'm
front of your
describing
house
this whole
anymore.
podcast.
I can't unsee that well now that I just remembered that it's there. Whew.
Okay, great. Now I scared myself again. We don't have window curtains today because we're letting paint dry. I'm sorry. I'm really nervous. Okay,
It's
go.
okay. It's okay. Just watch some SpongeBob after this.
I don't like
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Watch Bob's
What-
Burger.
Yeah, Bob's Burger.
Yeah.
After I watched The Ring, I covered because we have a TV in our room. I covered the TV every day for a year or two at night because I didn't want that bitch crawling out.
Tiffany, why'd you do that? I have a TV in my room.
I didn't want that bitch crawling out. I'm dead. I don't want to scare.
Sorry,
I don't
guys.
want to scare Catherine, but for me, I was probably like 8, 9, 10, and I watched Chucky for the first time. I get so scared showering still. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared he's gonna be like, wow. Here. Another one for me was Annabelle. So I hate scary movies, boy, and it's honestly it wasn't that scary, but like, and the only reason why I went is because Armando made me, and I like. Oh
Isn't
my
that your
God.
first date?
Yeah, the very first date. I was like, I hate scary movies, and he's like, well, we can go. You'll be fine. And I was like, I'm not gonna be fine. Like, you don't know where I live. Like, okay, first of all, so I live like on the east side. and we have like, I live on like half of an acre, and so it's kind of underdeveloped. It's actually really underdeveloped. So like I don't have a sidewalk in front of my house, and like my neighbors, we have land, so like my neighbors can have like chickens and farm animals because we live in that part of San Jose. Anyway, that's aside from the point. My house, the house next door to us, is abandoned, like windows boarded up, and like nobody's like allowed in there, and our fence is all messed up, so like it's just like open land. So that side is actually an acre and ours is only half. And so when I come home at night, it's like really scary, and like run to the door, unlock the door, because I'm scared someone's gonna run from their house and like come kill me.
You know, when we're we hang out in your backyard, I actually get very nervous. I just don't want to say it, but like it's dark, and then I stare at that house, and then I imagine all the things that could happen in that empty house. And that one time we thought there was a dead bird, but it was just like a t-shirt. Oh my God, I know I was helping you inspect, but my heart was like
Yeah, it gets pretty scary. So that's why I hate scary movies, just because like where I live, I feel like if I didn't live in this area, I could bear scary movies more, but
or if you
nope.
had lights.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if you guys noticed, if you've actually watched the podcast, not just listen, but my lights like flicker all the time. That's because of electricity. But my mom, because my great grandpa died in this house, and my mom likes to say, "Oh, it's him like visiting us." I'm like, "Mom, seriously?" Like,
But he's
the
good.
lights.
He's a good guy. Just saying.
and okay,
All right. Anybody got a son of a
Her
anybody
eyes
got
went
some
I like Santa.
ho ho ho. They suppose in this house.
Burrito.
All right. Does anybody have any scary stories? Ghost stories?
So
Can Tiffany
like,
tell hers first to get out of the way?
yeah, Tiff,
Yeah,
go.
Hers is very
oh.
scary.
Okay.
I just don't want to hear it later, so we can think about other people's later.
Okay, I got like 2 good ones. So
Just go. I already know it.
so I used to live on a house up on Boulder Drive, if you guys are in San Jose, and it's a house that's really, really far up on the hill. And apparently when my parents bought the house, they said that it was built under a Indian burial site. Right? That's really fantastic. And so
I can still hear
our
you.
house, it was like probably maybe like a couple, like maybe like a year or 2 after we moved in, and the house started, like we would hear sounds, and so we would tell our mom, she'd be like, what are you talking about? And we'd be like, it sounds like pots and pans are like falling in the kitchen. And we'd go down there, and like nothing was out, so we're like, what the heck? And then we'd also hear instances where like the doors would open and close, and then we'd hear like voices, and they weren't our neighbors because they were always in their house. And so my mom got a priest to go and like, bless
the house.
and get the ghosts to leave. And I had slept in my mom's room for like a good 5 years because I was horrified of sleeping in my room. And one time I got really bored because I slept on the floor, and I like shoved my arm underneath her bed just like for fun, and then I just like lifted it up, and I see underneath her bed is just like a girl with curly blonde hair. She's wearing a pink dress, and she's just looking at me and just like smiling. And I was like, what the hell? And I closed it, and I was like, and I lifted it again, and she was gone. And then I told my mom, and she goes, you saw what? And I was like, I saw a girl. Like, I'm not lying. I saw her. And she's just like, okay, well, maybe that's just something that you've just seen. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And later, a couple months later, my sister's friend moved in with us. And this is, we were all in a room, like my sister's room, hanging out. And he went to go take a shower. And he's like washing his hair and stuff. And he turned around and he sees this lady. And she's just staring at him, right? And so like he's like, she starts to get closer to him, and so he's freaking out, like he's like, what the fuck? And so like he like turns off the water, and he like runs, like he tries to run out of the bathroom, right? And he's just like banging on it. He's like, help, there's someone in here, help. And then like we didn't hear it, anything. And then he's like, it was locked, but we're like, you lock it on the inside, so how could we unlock it? And he like ran outside, and he goes, why didn't anyone fucking help me? And like there was someone in there, and we're like, what are you talking about? We didn't even hear you like scream or anything. He's like, you guys are fucking joking. He's like, dude, I'm totally serious. I'm hella spooked. And we're like, no, dude, we didn't hear anything. And he's just like, you're all fucking mess up the movie. Like, this is not happening. And then we told my mom that, and she's just like, okay. Then we had to go get a second blessing for the house. And then the priest was like, oh, because you're on a burial site, we might have to have you guys like open the doors and the windows to like get the spirits to come in, and you guys have to like do like a little hosting party to kind of like do your offering before they can leave. And so we did that for 3 days. We kept the doors and windows open to let the spirits in and out, and then after that, like, it was totally fine. It was
Wait,
I'm not even joking,
okay.
dude.
You said it's a girl with blonde hair?
Oh,
Yes.
I see her too.
oh my god,
Right
stop.
behind you.
Stop. I can't.
Like literally in the corner.
I hate you, Krista.
She's talking about my plushie.
I heard this story when we were little, and she scared me so much I couldn't sleep because of Tiff. Like, that's why I always went to my brother's room too, because of this stupid story.
Sorry, I lived in a scary house. I can't do anything about it.
Shit, that was tough. I'm about to sleep with the lights on tonight.
I'm gonna be texting you guys tonight.
Ain't nobody
lock
gonna
your
sleep
bathroom.
tonight. I'm gonna pee with the door open, everything.
So it didn't happen to me. It happened to Oliver's friend. But okay, just so if you're not a girl, or if you are a girl, but you know, like when you wash your hair, like there's a certain amount of hair that comes out, right? So I know these girls, and like when they wash their hair, they don't throw the hair away. They just put it back on the shower wall. Yeah, I don't know. I ball mine up and throw it away. But anyway, they just leave it on the wall, and they just put it whatever. It's just randomly on there. And one time, this one girl, she went in, washed her hair, put a towel on or whatever, left the bathroom, and then came back, just like in a span of like 2 minutes, came back to go get a hairbrush, looked at the shower wall, and somebody had moved the hair and made it spell out hello.
No way.
Yeah, in like less than a minute. And she's like, what the hell? So she went to everybody who lives in the house, like, did you do this? Did you do this? And they're like, no, like, why would I do that? Like, the only other people there are like old, and they don't play games like that. And like the only other younger person who would possibly pull pranks, like, she was crying, like how could that be? And then they called me and they're like, what do we do? What do we do? And so I said, okay, you gotta get your like Christian music. You gotta put that on blast right now. And I said, do you watch scary movies? They say all the time. I said, well, you gotta cut that out. You can't do that. And then they had to go get like a priest to bless it. And like, I guess it never happened again. But like, I don't know now if they still put their hair on the wall. But like, I don't think after that they would put their hair on the wall.
Oh.
But hello? Ooh.
Scramble it back and put bye.
No. But bye.
Oh, you're so brave, Tiff.
So deep, I got earwax. I'm sorry, I'm not participating. I can't. Okay, go.
I know, I feel so awful. Katherine, you look like so
No,
scared.
it's okay. I couldn't hear it. So like, I'm okay.
I just
I just need to do that. I don't want to hear it.
So I mentioned earlier that my great grandpa had died in this house, and that was, I don't even know how old I was, but it had been maybe like early 2000s. I was already a kid by then, so I hadn't seen him pass, but like I went in the room and like said goodbye to him or whatever. And so like literally in this house, and I hadn't lived here yet. And my cousin lived here, and this room I'm in now wasn't my room. I was in the other room where my sister is now, and that was my room for a while. And I hadn't told anyone, but my cousin just like out of nowhere, I just shared it with her, and she was like, "No way, dude." So that's why I kind of know it's real. But in like the corner of the room, like there's like a really dark shadow, and like it kind of looks like a person. Oh my god, I'm getting chills. but it's like the outline, and so I would always just be like, all right, grandpa, good night, and like I would just turn and like try to fall asleep. And then I ended up telling my cousin. My cousin was like, dude, no way, like I know exactly what you're talking about. So it's just kind of scary. And then the other night, Armando had slept over, and he woke up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and he's like, dude, there was like a shadow by your door. And I was like, dude, don't tell me that. Like, I have to sleep here by myself without you. Like, why would you tell me that? And he was like, well, I had no idea. And I was like, the other night I was up until like 12 o'clock at night because I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about the damn shadow. So I just keep turning over like, okay, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. So I don't know. I'm just hoping it's my great grandpa just visiting me. But I mean, nothing scary has happened. But still
Dude,
scary.
that's some like paranormal shit. Oh god.
Yeah, and my cousin lived in that room at a different time than me. Like, we weren't like roommates. So it was like my cousin lived in the room first, she moved out, and then we moved in, and then I had gotten that room. So pretty wild. But she's like, yeah, it's fine, it's just great grandpa. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm believing too.
Oof.
Oh my god, dude.
Pray for me tonight because
Oh my gosh,
after
I'm
all
so
these
glad I didn't
damn
hear that one.
stories.
I have one. Okay, I don't even know if mine is, because right before this podcast, I told my brother what we were doing and how I was going to be scared and I need him to stay up tonight. And then I told him what I saw, and he was like, he thinks it's rats, so now maybe I'm not as scared anymore, but let me explain. So, like, you know how, like, if you stand at my room and then you just see straight down the hall, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like the dark kitchen and dining room. And so, like, when I was a kid, I stood there, and when I was going to the bathroom, I saw two little figures run across, and it just looked like they were all white with like a little Red Riding Hood kind of hood looking thing, like just run across. And then never again. But then, like, that freaked me out forever. So, like, every time I pee now, I don't look to this side because I don't want to see anything down there. But my brother told me maybe it was just like rats, because we had rats before, like, running, and he was like, maybe it's the nightlight, because I told you I always have to have nightlight on. I'm just gonna tell myself that so I don't get scared. But honestly, they were too big to be rats. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know. That's it.
Oof.
Oh, scary. Especially when I have to go pee at night.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, I just want a bathroom in my room.
We'll give you a pot. But I have one more about grandpas. So my grandpa passed away, but like before that, we would hang out all the time. Like, he would garden with me, and like I would be playing in the living room, and I'd always see him through the window, and I'd like wave all the time, like, because he'd be gardening. And then when he passed, I guess like because I was like 7, maybe I didn't really understand like death. Um, After he passed, I went and I played in the living room, and then I saw my grandpa like in the backyard, and I like waved just like normal. And my dad was like, "How was your day today?" I was like, "It was cool. I saw grandpa." And he goes, "Grandpa like died already. He's not here." I was like, "But there was he was there in the garden. I waved at him. I didn't see his face. It was but his jacket was like on, and like his like hat, his beanie." And I was like, "I waved at him, but he like didn't see me." And then my dad was like, "You're freaking weird. That was not grandpa." But I was like, "But that's his jacket." And then he goes like, "Well, somebody could have been wearing it." But I was like, "But they don't look like him." And I was like, "Okay, well, whatever." I just kind of like brushed it aside and was like, "Whatever." Maybe I just think my 7-year-old like self was like, maybe I just miss grandpa. So I'll just leave it up to that. Or I just have to figure it out. Like, why did I see that? Or grandma was wearing his jacket. Now I'm getting creeped out. I think grandma was wearing his jacket.
That's what happened
the
to me right
conclusion?
now.
Well, I mean, like, in any case, hi, grandpa. Like,
Yeah,
it's a good one.
that's how I feel. Yep.
You guys want to hear another one?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Krista does. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
So my friend, she shared a room with her sister, and they slept as like bunk beds, right? And so one of the nights, like, she was sleeping, and she like woke up because she heard her sister like tossing and turning. So she was like, dude, what the heck? She like got out of the bed and she like looked up and she sees like a shadow, right? She just sees a shadow like above her sister and she's like, what the fuck is that? And then she's just like, dude, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And she's like, and my sister was like, I'm having a hard time breathing. So she's like, she's like, I just tried to like wake her up. And she's like, and I look over and my sister is awake. She's like wide awake, looking at the ceiling, and she's like trying to breathe. And she's like, so I was like fucking freaking out. She's like, I went to go turn on the light, and then all of a sudden, like she got up and she was just like panting really hard. And she's like, dude, did you freaking see that? She's like, whatever that was, like a spirit or whatever, was fucking pressing on my like on my chest, and I couldn't breathe. And she's like, dude, I saw it and I didn't know what to do, and I was so scared. And so they went to their mom, and they slept with the mom that day. And then the mom was like, oh, like that's really weird, like this is the first thing that's happened. And so they went to get the room like baptized and stuff, and the priest was like, oh, the spirit is angry, you know, he's trying to get revenge. He might have been trying to actually take over like your daughter's like body to like, you know, do his revenge to get like rest. And so they were like, okay, yeah, we can't stay here. And it was in an apartment too, so they were like, okay, so we gotta leave. And then apparently like the spirit followed them to the next one. And so they were like, okay, like we got to do something about it. And so they got like a medium to like kind of like talk to the spirit and stuff. And something like one thing led to another, and like it like ended up like leaving. But she was just like, that was the most horrifying thing that's ever happened to me. She's like, because it wasn't just one night that like they tried to like possess me. She's like, it was like multiple nights.
OMG.
Resting on her chest?
Yeah.
That's not like sleep paralysis, is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hate that.
some people say it's sleep paralysis, but like she saw that something was like on top of like her sister, and she's like, and it's not like a physical form, it's just like a shadow on top.
I don't like that.
That's some paranormal stuff, man.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I just watch Alyssa's facial expressions, like, and then I'm like, but Chris is just straight like.
So, speaking of all these like ghost stories and like scariness, do you guys believe in like ghosts? Do you believe in like, do you think they're real? Do you think it's an illusion? I mean, Tiffany's been through some stuff, so I mean, I can only imagine how she feels, but like, what do you guys think?
I think they're real, and that's why I'm scared of them. Also, I think they're real because I feel like if I say they're not, then they're gonna come show me that they are. I'm like, you know what I mean? So yes, they're very real. Leave me alone.
I definitely believe that there's like a spiritual realm, like all around us. But I'm just like, you know what? I got my angels. I know I got them, so I'm good. I'm just not gonna invite anything crazy dumb. You know what I mean?
Like, you're not gonna play with the Ouija board or anything?
Hell no.
Don't touch that shit.
Yeah,
That's,
no.
that's some evil stuff.
We went to an escape room for work, and everyone had to go around the Ouija board to finish a task, but like no one would touch it, and you have to talk to a spirit. Like, I don't know why the hell they picked that one. So no one wanted to do it. So I'm just like this. Hello. Like, it makes you talk to the freaking ceiling, and I'm like talking to it by myself, and they make me touch the Ouija board, and I'm like, I know this is fake, but like I feel like I just like. Yeah.
No, real or fake. I'm not touching that shit. Not
Well,
even.
I had to escape.
Just fail the quest.
How about you, Tiff? How do you feel? Real?
Oh,
Illusions?
definitely. I don't know. I think since living in that house on the hill, like, because so many like weird paranormal stuff happened when we were living in that house, like, it's definitely triggered me saying like, there's shit beyond what we can see, and I totally believe that. It's the same thing when you see dogs just randomly looking at stuff, or like they'll bark, right? I believe that they have like that sense where they can see stuff.
Wait, I have an explanation for that.
Okay.
Wait, is it scary or good?
No, it's good.
Okay,
My
tell
cat
me, so
was
I don't think that of my dog.
my cat was staring out the window, like I'm talking like 10, 20 minutes just staring out the window, and I looked at the window, was like, there's freaking nothing there, you crazy? And then like time goes on and I'm like, dude, seriously? Like, you're still here staring? Like, and then I looked even further, like in the corner, there was a bird there. And it's just a bird. It's farther away than you can see. Or in a
but
different angle.
They say that sometimes dogs stare into corners of like rooms, like no window. And my old dog had done that before, and immediately I was like, I cannot be home alone with this dog because I'm scared. So
Never mind then.
Yeah, I definitely think they're real. I mean, if I believe in a higher power, I definitely believe in a lower one. So I definitely think that they're real. I mean, I can't believe in good without believing in bad because they go hand in hand. So I do, but like Krista, I definitely try not to invite them. I don't and like intentionally go out of my way, you know, like you do you, I'm gonna do me. Like Katherine, I know you're real, but like leave me alone. I book it. I have my keys on me all the time. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary where I live. Not only do I live on the east side, but I live like in the lower part of the hill, and it's scary.
mm-hmm.
I just thought of more stories, but we're not gonna do this.
Yeah, I think he even got me on that. I'm like, ugh. Hide your stuffed animal.
I don't know. I just like reading them. Like they're interesting.
You're psycho.
A lot of them I read are like babysitters who are watching kids. And
Stop, Tiffany.
Oh, I bet.
No, I won't tell you what they
Oh.
say, but it's just like it's crazy stuff, man.
Oof.
I believe 'em.
Oof.
All right, so off with the scary. Let's get into something on the nicer side. So, what are some
Thank
typical Halloween traditions that you guys did, as a kid or now?
For me, other than trick-or-treating, we definitely do like pumpkin carving every year. Try to make it fun, a little contest, and try to at least carve one pumpkin, whether that's with my family or my friends. I try to do just at least one.
When I was a kid, we just trick-or-treated with the cousins, but then after that, I never had like traditions. I don't think our parents let us carve pumpkins because it's too messy and too much work for them with all the kids. So I started that myself. I didn't do my first one until like a few years ago. But no, I don't have any traditions because again, I stay home. I hate it.
Yeah, I think I don't really do it on purpose. I just end up carving a pumpkin every year. And then like I watch one scary movie. Just one.
Just one?
I can't hang. I can't. And then I try to go to like a Halloween haunt or like a maze type thing. I don't think I can do that this year, but like I think that's okay. My fragile heart, I don't know. I don't think I could take it.
I think this was enough spooky for the season.
I've done it. That's it.
I think with my family, when we were younger, I was mostly in charge of decorating. Like we had like 2 bins, and my mom would be like, all right, go do your thing. So I would like decorate the front of the house and then make sure that she had candy. And I think usually I would go trick-or-treating from like either 5 to 8 or 6 to 9, and then come home and then pick out all the good candy, and then toss the bad candy back into the basket to give out to.
There we go. There we go.
But usually before Halloween, I usually just try to watch as many scary, not really scary movies, just any Halloween movie, just to kind of get into like the spirit of it.
Me and my brother used to have a contest on who could fill up our pillowcase the fastest, because we didn't have like little like Halloween buckets or Halloween bags. We just used a pillowcase, and whoever filled that up first won. So you had to be the cutest and the sweetest at the door.
You know what's
and
funny
the first
is that someone would be like, why are you using pillowcases? Like, why don't you have a bucket? And I was like, if you think logically, those buckets, they can only hold like this amount of candy. I was like, pillowcases?
Yep.
Please.
Expandable.
Expandable, that's correct. And it doesn't hurt your arms
Reusable.
as much because they have like the tiny little handle. I was like, you got a pillow, you can sling that shit.
Slinging slasher, okay.
Oh yeah, love it. SpongeBob.
Christopher.
Whichever.
Christopher.
Chris.
Do your voice.
All right, everybody, that's it for today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Peace. Stay bitchin'.
Safe. Stay safe for Halloween.
And bitchin'.